All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. I'm excited to talk to you about back to school because I know that's such a great topic for us and it's on all of our minds of thinking about our kids and going back into that nasty germ environment and just ways that we can really help boost our kids' immunity and just be prepared for that time. So we're going to talk today about just some simple little things that we can do every single day to help ourselves and our families. So let's get started. So let's face the facts. When we look at the facts of school-related illnesses and what's going on, it's kind of alarming. So when you look at it, nearly 22 million school days are lost annually due to the common cold. Kids get 52.2 million cases of the common cold each year. Teacher illness-related absences average about 5.3 days per year, and the students, we know they don't clean their hands often enough. In fact, 33% of girls and 8% of boys use soap. That's not very much. As a mom of two boys, I know how often I'm always reminding them, hey, did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands? Remember, wash your hands when you come out of the bathroom. And I think I finally got them trained, but it took a long time for them to automatically just go in and wash their hands as soon as they were done. The average child absorbs what is equivalent to 4 shots of vodka each year due to hand sanitizer use. So we're going to talk about how to make a hand sanitizer that doesn't have that alcohol, because that's a little bit alarming, right? I mean, we don't give our children alcohol because we know it's harmful for them. So we don't want it absorbing into their skin either. So what can we do to protect them? Well, it's simple, right? Essential oils. Of course, that's how we protect our little kids. So let's talk about why essential oils. They're natural compounds that are extracted from plants. They are highly concentrated. In fact, 1 drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. In fact, you can see the picture on the right-hand side of your screen, or if you're looking at it, and it's a peppermint leaf, and it's really magnified to be able to see those little oil sacs. And so many of us in Washington, because that's where we source our peppermint, we've picked up those peppermint leaves and we've rubbed them between our fingers, and we've had this amazing aroma of peppermint on our hands. And that's because we've popped those little oil sacs that you can see magnified in, and we have that amazing aroma of the oil on our hands. So they're so potent. They're either steam distilled or cold pressed. So all of our citrus oils are cold pressed, and the rest of our oils are steam distilled. Powerful, and they're safe without side effects. That's what I love so much, is as a mom being able to really have the benefit of using something that we don't have to worry about those nasty side effects that can come with a lot of other medications or over-the-counter things, that just simple things that we go to sometimes, but that we can have these tools that are still safe and that they're going to really help promote a healthy immune system. So let's make sure that we understand the difference between all essential oil grades, right? We know that we see them everywhere. You can go to the dollar store and you can see that you can get lavender for $1, or you can go to, whatever your local mart is and find frankincense for $5. And it makes you wonder, like, well, what, is that pure? What's the difference in it? And the difference is a lot, right? So as we start to understand the difference of the grades and what goes into it, it truly makes sense of knowing that what we put on our body, it needs to be pure, because what we put on us is in us. It's in our bloodstream in 30 seconds. So with doTERRA, they have had the amazing properties of certified pure therapeutic grade. They went through lots of testing and making sure that you can, sorry, my chat's going off. Hoping I can mute that. Making sure that you have the ability to get these oils in your hands and can be completely safe. So CPTG is certified pure therapeutic grade. What that means is they're 100% natural. Nothing has been added. No fillers, no synthetics, no fragrances. When we say 100% oil, we're saying peppermint is true peppermint. That's all there is. There's nothing else in that bottle of peppermint. They're certified to be free of pesticides and chemical residue. Isn't that amazing, right? They're tested on 7 different points to ensure purity. Now, I love this part of it because this isn't done in-house either. This is outsourced to a third party that he makes sure that nothing was added from the time that they planted the seeds to the time of harvest to the time of bottling them. I mean, they test it right before it's delivered to your door, right? So you want to make sure that everything that you get is pure, and that's what doTERRA offers you. The tests are showing to make sure that there, again, was no fillers, no synthetics, that there wasn't anything that was added to the soil during that growing time. So I love that every bottle that I get on my doorstep, I feel completely confident that I can open that bottle up, take a drop out, and put it on me or my child. Though, again, potent and more than organic. So many times people say, well, how come it doesn't say organic on the bottle? Well, that's because a lot of the countries that we are working with, they don't have the money to have that organic standard. And so we don't label ourselves as 100% organic. We label ourselves as certified pure therapeutic grade, which is above organic. So how do we use our oils? We have 3 different options. So you can see, sorry, I'm hoping that my screen is showing right. You can see the top, and that is topical. You can see those precious little feet, and I love, this is one of my favorite ways to apply on my children, is because it's just so fun after their bath or in the morning or whatever your routine is during that day to just have those little feet in your hands and just put a drop on them and just kind of rub them in. It gives a little massage. Remember, for children, especially starting off, if you're feeling a little bit intimidated by this, that's the perfect way to start, is just on your children's feet. It's going to give immediate comfort. It's going to be able to support the immune system. It's a great way to massage when you're doing that topical. So I sometimes will dilute and just rub down their spine, because that spine is the pathway to their nervous system too, and it's a great way to get those oils working. You can apply on the feet, the pulse points, any areas of discomfort. So I love topical use. That's probably one of the most, I mean, really, that's what I probably use the most, besides the fusing, of course. But topical is just my go-to. If I'm having a little bit of occasional discomfort in my neck, I'll just take my little bottle of Deep Blue and put a drop on my hands and just kind of rub it into my shoulder. And it just feels so good. And it's just got that immediate soothing relief. Another great way is aromatically. It's going to be cleansing in the air. It's going to open up your airways to promote healthy lung function. It's going to be great of affecting mood, just giving you that happiness just by the smells, because aroma and our senses are huge together. And so sometimes you remember how they can trigger thoughts of a smell can take you back to a memory. Well, the same thing with essential oils. When you're putting in those citrus oils and they smell so good, it just really brings and just promotes that happiness. Like you just feel this overwhelming joy. And I love that about the citrus oils and diffusing them. It's really good for promoting a good night's sleep. It can help with promoting respiratory relief also. So whenever my children are suffering from a little bit of respiratory cold during that time of year, I'll just put in some Breathe, and I feel like it just really helps promote their lungs to be able to function better. So I love diffusing. And then of course, internally with doTERRA, you can take them internally. It's going to be great with aiding in your digestive system. You can put them in a capsule, you can put them in your water, or you can just drop them underneath your tongue. A lot of times when I need something quick, I'll just drop it underneath my tongue. So it's great with supporting cleansing of the liver also and other major organs. And it can really be soothing for those occasional sore throats we get also. So some great ways that we can use the oils. Okay, so let's talk about prevention, because that's the key first. We have to start with knowing how every day to use some benefits of these products to really be on the prevention side. Because sometimes if we wait too long, what happens? Well, it's too late, right? We have to start every single day having little steps to help us along the way. So with our children, let's talk about vitamins. That is so important because it really starts from the inside out. We need a healthy immune system. And so I love that doTERRA has their children's supplements. The A to Z, they're these little chewable tablets. They're a blend of vitamins B, A, C, and E, and botanical extracts. They're going to support healthy cell development and longevity. They're also having all of the minerals that they need to, and they're strawberry flavored. There's no artificial fillers in them or coloring or high fructose corn syrup or anything that's not good for us. They're just simply what we need to help boost that immune system. The IQ Omega, that's your fish oil. that's going to have that great supplement that provides 1,000 milligrams of the concentrated pure fish. And we need that in our bodies, right? We need that for healthy brain function, for cardiovascular health, for immune support, and great joint function. So the great thing about this too is it doesn't taste like fish. It tastes like wild orange. So it tastes amazing. You can even put it in the smoothies in the morning. I've actually had people use this as their salad dressing because they love the taste of it. So lots of different ways to get that into our kids and have them start by really boosting their immune system right from the get-go. So another great thing that I love is our PB Assist. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but 80% of our immune system is in our gut. And so we have to have a healthy gut, right? And again, this is part of the prevention of having our children on PB Assist every single day. Now, this is one capsule that I think is one of the easiest. It's tiny, it's time released, and it's really effective to make sure that we're getting the proper probiotic cultures in their gut that they need. So the PB Assist, it contains prebiotic fiber and adds 6 strains of probiotic microorganisms in a unique double-layer veggie capsule, delivering 6 billion CFUs of active probiotic cultures and soluble prebiotic FOS, which is really great, that encourage culture adhesion and growth. That's important. We need the proper growth of the right kind of bacteria in our gut. It's time release, so it protects sensitive probiotic cultures from stomach acid. So a lot of times with other probiotics is that you're not getting everything that's in them because of our stomach acid. So with the time release, it's actually able to get where it needs to go before it's released. So it's going to support that healthy digestive function and immune system. And it's safe for all ages. So this is something every single morning we're taking with our breakfast. And you, again, if you feel like you see a stomach bug hitting hard, I would definitely make sure my children are getting 2 a day at that time. So let's establish a routine. Again, we have to make sure that we're doing the little tiny things every single day to keep them boosted for when those bugs start to hit. So mornings, diffuse wild orange or citrus bliss for the uplifting mood. Not only does it smell good, but it's really good for promoting, again, healthy immune function. Peppermint to help awaken and invigorate. So if your children are having a hard time getting out of bed in the morning, just diffuse some peppermint. It's going to wake them right up. And of course, every single morning, what are you going to do? The A to Z and the IQ Mega to help support immune function. Of course, evenings, you wanted to have a routine also. Now, we know that throughout the day they're at school, so there's not a whole lot we can do besides send them to school with a little bit of tools. But we know that we have them in the morning and we know that we have them in the evening. So in the evening, diffuse in the room before they go to sleep. I like to diffuse on guard. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of breathe in serenity. Whatever it is that you love, that is what I would be doing during the evening. Take a bath with 1 to 2 drops of essential oil. Rub a drop on the bottom of their feet and our pulse points. Make a little pillow spray so that we know that they're getting a good night's sleep. Some common oils that support a good night's sleep are lavender, serenity, Roman chamomile, bergamot, vetiver, balance, and frankincense. Now, one thing that I think is so important is summer, it's crazy. We're having fun. They're outside. They're playing. You're on camping trips. You're on vacations. And we get out of this routine of a normal bedtime. And that's great because they can sleep in. But once they're back in school, one of the biggest things that I see is children need to get back into that routine of a good night's sleep. And so it's important that we help them and really aid their bodies and be able to fall asleep quicker and just feel rested so that their immune system can function properly. So make sure that you're getting them into a good routine to get them back to sleep at a regular time too. So using these oils can really help and really just helping their body calm down, turn that mind off, and just go to sleep and make sure that they wake up feeling rested. So it's important that we have these routines, and these are all important steps to make sure that we're keeping that immune system working at its best. So just a couple things for backpack makeover. You can see how they are adding in, right, the IQ Mega, the A to Z, because we know our children need those. You can see that there's great things like balance, just to promote the feelings of tranquility, and that they're feeling less anxiety and all those things. I love balance. In Tune, we're going to talk about in a couple minutes, which is just really helping for those to really stay focused. You can have little recipes that I'm going to show you in a couple minutes too, with like some apples and a fruit dip, and you're going to send them to school with their own hand sanitizer so they don't have to use that nasty alcohol that a lot of times the school gives them. So here's a couple little DIY recipes, especially for hand sanitizer. So again, we were talking about how much alcohol is in the hand sanitizer. Now, I volunteer in the school, and oh my gosh, they just pump that stuff out like it's candy. It's disgusting. Like, I was watching one day and I'm like, oh my gosh, can we switch this up? And so we switched to the On Guard spray in our classrooms because I could not handle seeing how much of that pump was just being pumped out on each child. So it's super easy. I mean, in fact, there's two different options. You can make a hand cleansing gel, or you can just simply use 8 to 10 drops of the On Guard and a little bit of coconut oil, and then the rest with distilled water and a little bit of a spray bottle, and just put that in their backpack. How easy is that? Or if you want more of a gel, then you can see that it's 5 tablespoons the aloe vera gel, 4 tablespoons water, a 1/4 teaspoon of vitamin E, and then 8 to 10 drops of the On Guard. And then you just find these little squeeze containers that you can get at Aroma Tools. But again, I think, how easy is it just to order from Aroma Tools the little empty spray bottles and make your 8 to 10 drops of On Guard and a little bit of coconut oil and water, and just keep that in their backpack and tell them anytime they come in from recess or done going to the bathroom or whatever, just to have that little bottle ready to cleanse their hands and get rid of that alcohol. So let's send them to school prepared. You can see all the different things for the classroom. So On Guard, it's going to boost the immune system. It's going to purify the air. It's really good for disinfecting, and it's great as a surface cleaner. We clean our home with this just because it's so great at really helping purify our countertops and make sure that we're protecting ourselves from those little bugs and from all those germs that come into our home. Peppermint, it's really good for being energizing, promotes focus and alertness. Wild orange, uplifting, energizing, reduces anxiety, balance. It's really calming and grounding. I love that it's really good for relieving stress in our lives, because how many of us have stress, right? And so often, especially when we're back into that transition of starting back to school, our kids can feel a little bit of stress. They're maybe going into a new classroom, maybe a new school this year. And so it's a great thing as they're going out the door or you're dropping them off, just to rub a little balance on the back of their neck, or maybe before you leave, put it on the bottom of their feet. Citrus Bliss, it's great for, again, helping reduce stress and anxiety. It's really good for uplifting that mood, and it smells amazing. Rosemary, it's going to really help improve that memory and alertness. So it's a great one that maybe you could diffuse with a peppermint after school or in the mornings, and get involved, right? I always tell people, get involved with the school. If your kids are in a public school or private school, I know a lot of parents homeschool, which is amazing. But if your children are at the school, get involved so you know what your child needs. So you can help really with coming home, and if you see that they're having a little bit of issues with staying focused, we have the tools to help them. We just have to make sure we're involved and know what's going on in the classroom too. So let's talk about when they come home. Okay, so we send them to school, we're sending them prepared. We make sure that they have the On Guard hand sanitizer. We made sure that they've had balance before they left. We're making sure they're getting a good night's sleep, and they come home and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I've been at school all day long. I've been having to learn, and now I have homework. Are you kidding me? And sometimes their mind is just racing. And so first and foremost, I always let my kids go play for a while. I do not make them sit right down, because they've had enough just sitting and they need to get their energy out. So we send them out and we let them play for a while. And then when it's time, we really think about, okay, what is it going to be that's going to smell good for them and really help them have the alertness again to be able to focus. And so I love diffusing the peppermint wild orange just because it really does increase that alertness. But I know that others love Intune, and they'll maybe apply a little bit on the back of the neck or on the bottom of the feet. And it's going to enhance and sustain that focus that they need. It's going to support efforts to those who have difficulty paying attention and staying on task. So how many of us can totally relate to that also? And it's going to promote a healthy thought process. So I love the Intune. I know a lot of people are using that with great success. They're sending their kids to school with it if they need that little extra help, and they're using it at homework time. Another one of my favorites, in fact, I'll admit, I actually like this, the Peaceful Child Blend over Intune. It does some of the same exact things as the Intune, but for me, the smell is just, it really, I don't know, it just makes me happy. And that's the 85 drops of vetiver, 30 drops ylang ylang, 20 drops frankincense, 20 drops lavender, 15 drops clary sage, 10 drops of marjoram, and then a little bit of coconut oil. And you just put that in a little empty 10 ml roll-on bottle. And again, you can roll on the bottom of the feet or the back of the neck, whatever you want to do. But those are some great tools that you have to really help your child stay on task, because there's nothing more frustrating for a child that is having a hard time, staying on task and feeling then overwhelmed with a parent that's not understanding. So it's just really making sure that we come together to know that a lot of times our children just need a little extra support, especially when they've been in that school all day long and having to sit at a desk. And I have to laugh. My son came home last year and he got in trouble for running in the rocks. And I was like, are you kidding me? On recess, like, children need to get out and they need to run. And so I had a little talk with the school. They're like, well, we just don't want them kicking rocks up. And I'm like, well, recess is for running, right? Like, these kids are expected to sit at a desk for how many hours and they can't run at recess. So again, make sure that when they get home, let them get some of that energy out. And so that we have more understanding when it is time to sit down, that they've been able to get some of that energy out and then they can stay on task. So these are 3 of my faves that really help support my littles, okay? So we know that, especially this time of year, in fact, our house got hit last week, there's already germs that are coming. And so I love these 3 little oils. Lemon cleanses and purifies the air and surfaces. It's naturally cleansing to the body and aids in digestion, I cannot talk, supports healthy respiratory function, promotes a positive mood, and great way to help promote like that brain ability to think, the cognitive ability. So lemon is my first one. Oregano is my second, used as a powerful cleansing and purifying agent, provides immune enhancing benefits, supports healthy digestion and respiratory function, and it's an excellent source of antioxidants. And then On Guard supports healthy immune function, protects against environmental threats. It's going to be cleansing for those surfaces, purifies the skin while promoting healthy circulation, energizing and uplifting aroma. So what I do for me is I actually combine all 3 of these in a little roll-on bottle and then put some coconut oil in it, and I just apply to the bottom of their feet. And I do that at the beginning of the school year, and I only use it for about 10 days because it has oregano in it, and oregano has larger molecules, so it's a little bit harder for our liver to break that down. So it's a good idea to do 10 days on and then give your body about 5 to 10 days off of oregano before using more. So I will use that for that first 10 days of school, and sometimes I'll actually do a couple days, maybe 3 days before they start. So a total of 10 days to just really get their immune system boosted up and really help their body be ready to just take on what the school has to offer them, right? What's going to be coming at them. So you have these amazing 3 oils that you can be using to just kind of give their little bodies a kickstart. And then of course, I love drinking lemon in my water just because of what you see. It's cleansing and purifying, and it's going to really support that healthy respiratory function also. On Guard is one that, even though it's in the roller, I also use that daily. So when I've given that roll-on a break because I've done the 10 days of oregano, then I'll just use some On Guard on the bottom of their feet. These are some more must-haves in my opinion. I have fallen in love with Arbor Vitae. This has become one of my really go-tos. In fact, the smell of it alone makes, it's woodsy and it smells amazing. And but it's got these amazing properties. It's going to protect against environmental and seasonal threats. What I really love is this one right here. It promotes healthy cell function. That is huge. Powerful cleansing and purifying agent. It's a natural insect repellent and wood preservative. So a great one if you're still in that season of going camping and you need something that's a natural insect repellent, take your Arbor Vitae. But again, I'm going to go back to this: promotes healthy cell function. We know that our cells, if they're not functioning properly, that's when we can get sick, right? That's when those germs can attack us. That's when those little viruses attack our cells. So this is a great one, again, to be using and diffusing to promote that. So I love Arbor Vitae. In fact, like I was saying, I diffuse it, I apply it to their feet. My son loves this. In fact, he was like, can you make me a spray of that? Because he loves the smell of it too for his room. So another one is Melaleuca. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. In fact, I seriously go through about 1 to 2 bottles of this a month because I use it for everything. I use it for cleaning. I use it for just little things around my house. I use it as my toilet cleaner. I use it in the shower to help promote a healthy scalp, but it's great for any effects on the skin. It's really one of your first aids for your skin. It's going to promote healthy immune function too. It's going to protect against environmental and seasonal threats. So another one that I love to have, I actually make up a little spray with melaleuca and lavender, and I use that for any time that my kids fall down and I want to make sure that I'm protecting them from any threats that are going to get into that cut. I just will put a little spray right over that area and just make sure that I'm promoting healthy cell response to that area too. So these are some great must-haves. Okay, let's talk about respiratory support. So Breathe and frankincense are really my go-to. I have some other ones, but I think these are the most common, and I love the smell of these two together, and I love the feeling of these two together. So one thing that I do is I'll always put a drop of Breathe and frankincense in my hands, and I'll rub my hands together and just take some deep breaths just to really help promote that healthy respiratory response, to get my lungs just feeling clear and open. So I combine those two together, but you can also diffuse those. So let's talk about them separately in case you want to just use Breathe or just use frankincense. So Breathe maintains clear airways and breathing, supports overall respiratory health, helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats. And then of course, frankincense helps build and maintain a healthy immune system. It's going to promote cellular health. It reduces the appearance of scars and stretch marks. So just alone, you can see how amazing those two oils are. But when you put those combinations together, it is so great. The Breathe is really good for helping assist open up the airways. And then the frankincense is really good for also oxygenating those airways. So I really recommend those two together for any kind of respiratory support that you need. Okay, so stomach issues. Every once in a while, we have a little bit of digestive stuff going on. You can think about maybe a stomach bug or things hitting your home, right? So here is a couple little oils that I love. Digestion is our number one. It aids in the digestion of foods, soothes occasional stomach upset, maintains a healthy GI tract, and you can take a drop in water or you can just rub it diluted over the belly, however you need to use it. You can see in the picture they have the Digestin caps also, which is a quick way to get it into your system. If you're feeling a little under the weather and you're having some digestive issues, maybe you've ate something that your tummy's not feeling too good and you just need your body to get back to that proper digestion, take one of those little capsules. Cardamom is another one that we love too. This is really good for easing indigestion and maintains an optimal GI tract balance, promotes clear breathing and respiratory health. So another one that goes back to the respiratory would be the cardamom. So you can see that this one is multifunction. So not only is it good for digestive issues, but it's also really good for respiratory support. So cardamom, I just rub over the belly anytime my stomach's kind of upset. In fact, we were hit last week with the stomach bug and I was doing digestion plus a drop of the cardamom on my son's belly, and then of course when I got it on myself. And I love just the feeling of it, and you can just, it's got this great aroma too that really helps with the feelings that come with it. So just kind of helped relax that nausea feeling too. Promotes the clear breathing. Let's see, and respiratory health. So when I was talking about the respiratory support, that's a great one that you can be using to just help promote clear breathing. I love diffusing this. In fact, it's in Breathe, but I actually add an extra drop of the cardamom with the Breathe and sometimes the frankincense too. So you're going to find what's your favorite and you're going to go with it. And that's what I love, is there's so many different things that you can be using. You can do the cardamom with, you know, just the frankincense if you wanted to, or you could be doing the Breathe and the frankincense and the cardamom. So whatever you feel is best for you, that's what you should be doing. It's also really good as a cooking agent too. So you have lots of options with cardamom. Calms stomach upset and uplifts the mood. Okay, so if you're on the go, what are some things that you should have? These are also some quick little things that you can add into your kid's backpack, or you can make them a little pouch for school and send it to them so that they know that they have a little quick go-to guide and that they can just grab when they need something. So the Breathe drops. How many of you guys fallen in love with those since they released those, right? These are awesome. They're going to help maintain clear airways and breathing. They're going to support overall respiratory health. It's going to calm the senses. So we talked about the Breathe oil and how amazing it is. Well, it's just, the Breathe drops are just as amazing. So something quick, right? Because we can't send our kid to school with a diffuser to have sitting at their desk all day long, but you can send them with a Breathe drop. Same thing with the On Guard throat lozenges. It's going to help calm and soothe the dry, scratchy throat. It's going to help strengthen the body's defense. So I always keep these in my kids' backpack. They know exactly which little pouch it's in. And if they're having an occasional sore throat, they'll just grab an On Guard throat lozenge and they'll just pop that in. Or if they're kind of having a stuffy nose or a little bit of a cough, then they'll go for the Breathe drops to help promote that respiratory support. I love the On Guard beadlets too because these are so little and they're so quick, and you can give them to the tiniest of your children, and they're going to be great for supporting your healthy immune function. It's going to freshen your breath. It's going to provide a convenient consumption method for On Guard Protective Blend, right? So how many times do we want to get On Guard into our kids and we're like, oh, they can't take a capsule yet. They're just too small. Or maybe they haven't learned how to take a capsule, but the On Guard beadlets are so tiny that even your littlest can take it. So they're perfect for traveling on the go. So you can make up a little pouch and put it in one of their pockets and let them know, hey, if any of these things are going on, grab this little bag, grab your Breathe drop, grab your beadlet, whatever you need, but keep them in control at school too. That is the one thing we can do, is have a little pouch for them. So I hope you guys have picked up some new tools today, or are feeling like you're empowered to take on this school year. Knowledge is key. We have to know what to do and be prepared. And so I always say how important it is to make sure you're staying connected. doTERRAeveryday.com has amazing tips all the time on it. It's got great DIY blogs that you can also just go to doTERRAblog.com, but they share a lot of great information too. Aromatools.com is where you're going to get the spray bottles or the little squeeze gel containers. You can find lots of great, amazing books there to help you be prepared and know what to do when those threats hit your home. So I encourage you guys to make sure that you're staying connected. If you are brand new today and you're wondering, okay, this is amazing, I want these tools, how have I lived without them? Because we all wonder that if we haven't been using them. Then there's two different options. There's retail versus wholesale. Retail, you don't get any discount, zero obligation to purchase or sell, no opportunity to earn free oils, no opportunity to earn free points back on all purchases, and you're paying full price for your shipping. Versus our wholesale account, which is 25% off of retail. There's still zero obligation to purchase or sell, but you have the opportunity to do that. You have the opportunity to earn free oils. You have the opportunity to earn free points back on all purchases. You get discounted or free shipping, so you get what you pay in shipping back in shipping rewards. And you have the ability to earn income or just get your oils paid for, whatever you choose. So it's super easy. We have lots of kits that actually waive that membership fee, and they're going to give you the tools that you need to start the school year off. So whoever invited you today to this webinar, get a hold of them and say, you know what, I'm ready. Let's get started, and let's get my family ready to take on this next school year, to feel empowered as a mom. There's nothing better than feeling like you have the tools to really help protect you and your family. Now I see, I guess that we're having a little bit of issues technically, so I'm not going to have question answer time because I guess they're not coming through. So if you have any questions, please reach out to whoever invited you or to your mentor and have them help you with those questions. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I hope you guys had a great summer, and let's make this the best school year. Let's keep our kids protected from those seasonal threats that are going to be coming our way. And thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.